When I started working at Harper & Company, I was hopeful. It was my first real job after college, and I thought I'd found the perfect launchpad for my career. But then I met Mr. Carter. He was everything a boss shouldn't be: condescending, greedy, and utterly incapable of recognizing talent unless it was his own. He micromanaged every little thing, took credit for everyone else's work, and had a habit of publicly berating people for mistakes that were usually his fault. For 2 years, I gritted my teeth and kept my head down. I worked overtime without pay, endured his cutting remarks, and watched as he promoted his golf buddies instead of deserving employees. But the day he called me a replaceable cog in the machine during a team meeting, something snapped. I wasn't going to take it anymore. Revenge wasn't my first thought, at least not immediately. At first, I just wanted to quit. But then I realized, why should I leave the company I loved because of one man's incompetence? No, I needed to do something bigger, something that would make Mr. Carter realize he wasn't untouchable. I started digging. Every evening after work, I'd stay late under the guise of finishing up projects. But instead, I scoured old emails, financial reports, and anything I could get my hands on. It didn't take long to find something juicy. Mr. Carter had been approving bogus expense reports, funneling company funds into a personal account. The amounts weren't massive, but they were consistent and illegal. I wasn't naive enough to think I could just walk into HR and blow the whistle. Mr. Carter had friends in high places, and I knew I needed more leverage. That's when I got creative. I created an anonymous email account and sent a detailed report of my findings, complete with screenshots and document attachments, to the company's legal department. To make sure it couldn't be traced back to me, I used a VPN and sent the email from a public library. Then I waited. 2 weeks later, the storm hit. Rumors swirled through the office about an internal investigation. Mr. Carter's face grew redder by the day as auditors pored over his accounts. One Friday afternoon, I watched as security escorted him out of the building. He didn't even get to pack up his desk. The company issued a statement the next week, claiming they had zero tolerance for unethical behavior. Mr. Carter was gone for good, and I was free. But the cherry on top? The CFO called me into his office shortly afterward to personally thank me for my hard work. I guess my name had come up during the investigation, not as the whistleblower, but as someone who'd consistently carried the team. 2 months later, I got promoted to Mr. Carter's old position. Revenge might not always be the right answer, but I'll tell you this: sometimes justice feels just as sweet.